I'm Sid Phelps. I am from South Bullitt County, Alabama, just above Troy. We lived in a rural area. That's what I'm used to. That's kind of what most of my music is based off of, is doing small town, life. I was mainly raised up on country music. My dad was a huge Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard, Willie Nelson, old school country fan. 90s is always going to be a big part because that's what I grew up, listening to, and what kind of influenced me more or less.
I was born and raised, yes, back home, where the time just seems to fade away.
I grew up in a musical family. My mother played piano at church. I started learning how to sing in choir at church. My sister was a singer. When I was 8 years old, my dad came home with a guitar and said, basically, I want you to learn how to play this. I didn't have any interest in it really at the time. A couple of years went by and I started picking it up, started playing, and started finding enjoyment in it once I had a gentleman teach me how to play the basic chords. I've always enjoyed playing. It's been kind of like a therapy to me, but as far as the family concerns, we all enjoy music. We've always been around it, whether it be my mother playing piano or my sister singing. That's kind of where we got to start. When I'm on stage, mainly it's just adrenaline. It's a rush that cannot be described. Music, guitar is like a therapy, so it's not like going to work. You get up there, you strap up the guitar, you start having a good time with your friends, and even better is when you start seeing the crowd make that turn. They start enjoying what you're doing. They'll be dancing, tapping a foot. The more the crowd gets involved, the more my adrenaline just starts going through the roof, and it really helps me put on a better show. Some of the events I've got to do that were probably really cool. When I first started out, I got to open up a festival with Daryl Singletary. Just a couple of years ago, we got an opportunity to open up for Jody Messina, and that same year got the opportunity to open up for Confederate Railroad. So we've had a lot of things, and those have been, some of them have been local shows, some of them have been far off into West Virginia and in the Carolinas. That is definitely something I'll always remember. But one of the coolest things was we got to do the amphitheater at Lake Martin for the 4th of July. And there's nothing like seeing the crowd there on stage, but what you didn't realize is once the show was over with, we're walking off stage and you look out and everybody is on the water for the fireworks, and there's boats, just as many boats as you could possibly see. It's one of the coolest moments of when you get done with a show and you're walking back and you think the crowd's in front of you and you don't realize what's going on behind you. So that's a special moment. Garth Brooks. Without Garth Brooks, there's no telling what kind of show that I would be putting on. This guy was out giving 110%. Didn't matter the weather, didn't matter what was going on. He's running from one side of the stage to the other, popping up out of the stage, having a blast, and you can see it on his face. I like to have a high energy show. I like everybody to have a good time, and I want to make sure that I'm putting out 110% on the show. Now, we just put a new single out called Why Can't They All Be Country Girls? And basically it was just a conversation with a friend, and it's nothing better than seeing a girl all dressed up, done up, looking like a model, go out and just do the things that we enjoy doing in the country.
If you do her wrong, son, she'll be down with you. Well, why can't they all be a country girl? Casting out a line, well, she's pretty in some pearls. Why can't they all be a country girl? And I can understand gentleman curls.
Whenever I start writing a song, generally it's something that's going on in my life or a friend's life that hits close to home, or it's a situation where I get a melody and it's just stuck in my head and I have to start trying to find something to put lyrics down. But generally, most of the songs that I write about are either something that I've gone through or experienced in my life or a friend's life. When it comes to my music and what makes our show or our music different than what most people do is we take a lot of the same things that you may hear on the radio, whether it be old or new, and we put a twist on it. You know, it's not going to be exactly like the record. It's going to be something that we put our flavor or our spin on it, whether it be slowing it down, speeding it up, or mixing it up with a couple of different songs. You know, that's one of the favorite things. We've got a song in our set that we do, and it blends right in with a couple of other things, and we get to just mash them in together, and the crowd response is great. That's one of my favorite things, is to see the crowd start interacting with what we're doing on stage. Hey guys, for more information, check out sidphelps.com, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And for the music, go to iTunes or Amazon. You'll see the albums that we've put out, and you'll be able to stay tuned for more music coming up. Thanks again.